About 90 to 95% of the black church in America is objectively, by the standards of Scripture, heretical. It doesn't even constitute a true church. They're teaching things that are absolutely in direct opposition to the Christian faith. If you listen to the message and you believe what they're saying, you will go to hell. I love black people. I want them to know Christ. And currently, there are not enough black men in America, Christian men, who know enough theology to be able to be qualified to pastor black churches. The black church in America needs to be split up. It needs to go and find a good, God-fearing white church with biblically qualified men so that they can hear the real gospel of Jesus Christ and come to saving faith in Him.
Did you just help him?
Hey, I just wanted to real quickly address these claims that were made by Joel Webbon on the black church. He said that being around black people is 30 times more dangerous. Then he said 90 to 95% of black churches are heretical and black Christians should leave and join qualified white churches. Let me say this clearly. That's not Christian wisdom. That's reckless, unbiblical, and it's historically ignorant. Let's start with the facts, shall we? Crime data shows most violence in America is intraracial, meaning that crimes usually happen within the same race, not across races. So the idea that standing near black people is inherently more dangerous, that's not what the data says. That's what fear says. And Scripture doesn't teach us to profile image bearers. It teaches us all have sinned equally before a holy, righteous, and just God. Now, let's deal with the most serious claim that 90 to 95% of black churches are heretical. Heresy is not worship style, nor is it preaching tone, nor is it cultural expression. But heresy is denying the Trinity, denying the deity of Christ, and preaching a false gospel. You don't get to label millions of believers heretics because they don't sound like your church. That's not discernment. That's arrogance. And here's what makes this even worse. Christian Orthodoxy, as we know if you studied history, was shaped by African theologians. We have Athanasius of Alexandria, who defended the deity of Christ. We have St. Augustine of Hippo. He shaped doctrine on grace and sin. We have Tertullian, who gave the church its theological language. These men were not Europeans. They were Africans. So the faith you're claiming to defend, it didn't come from white America. It came through Africa. So the black church is not a monolith, and it never has been. Here is another fatal flaw in the argument. There's no such thing as the black church in the singular. We have confessional black Baptists, we have Reformed black Presbyterians, we have Pentecostal black churches, the AME church, the CME church, the Missionary Baptist church, and many independent congregations. Some are theologically strong and some are weak. Some need reform and some of them need rebuke. But that's true of white churches too. No ethnic group has a monopoly on orthodoxy, and no ethnicity gets a theological halo. So going around and telling black Christians to abandon their churches and join white ones is not biblical unity, it's assimilation. The Apostle Paul didn't tell Corinth to become Jerusalem, but rather he corrected them with Scripture. The answer to error, where it exists, is reform, not ethnic replacement. Let's be clear. The black church isn't perfect. Neither is the white church. No group has a monopoly on orthodoxy. But the gospel doesn't belong to a culture. It belongs to Christ. Orthodoxy is not white, and heresy is not black. And fear-driven rhetoric has no place in the church of Jesus Christ. So if your truth turns image bearers into threat categories and churches into stereotypes, that's not bold Christianity. That's a failure to love truth and your neighbor. So let's do better, people.
Contend for
For the faith, no compromise. Contend for the faith, opened eyes. Delivered once, sealed in blood, sound doctrine. War for the truth, what's up? What's up?